Today marks Juneteenth, known as Freedom or Emancipation Day, and commemorates the end of slavery in the United States. While some cities carried out their usual events and traditions, others scaled back or even canceled, citing concerns over changes to diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. Tessa Bennett joins us in studio with more on the federal holiday. Tessa?
Manisa, some organizers of Juneteenth events have said safety issues, coupled with the phasing out of many DEI policies, made it harder to celebrate. But the day was still commemorated, with the Juneteenth flag being hoisted proudly in dozens of cities across the country. Today is Juneteenth, an opportunity for people across the United States to commemorate the abolishment of slavery.
Thank you.
Juneteenth is the oldest regular U.S. celebration of the end of slavery and brings attention to June 19, 1865, when enslaved people in Galveston, Texas, learned the Civil War had come to an end and they had been freed.
After they got that word, celebration and jubilation began. And since then, we have, in the name of our ancestors and in celebration of our freedom, used this day to commemorate an opportunity to reflect on our history, to remember our ancestors, and to rejuvenate ourselves for the fight we still have ahead.
It came 2 years after President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation and eventually became the national holiday known today, when President Joe Biden signed it into law in 2021. Despite Juneteenth's status as a federal holiday, however, celebrations across the United States were significantly scaled back this year. Organizers cited issues over safety and the mounting opposition to diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Since his re-election, President Donald Trump has made the elimination of DEI programs a priority, saying he believes hiring should be based solely on merit. Large corporations are seemingly split on how they're choosing to observe the holiday. Tech giant Meta sees June 19th as a company-wide paid holiday, while retailer Target will only close their headquarters, leaving their stores open. And Walmart does not give employees the day off. The state of West Virginia chose not to recognize it as a holiday at all.
Obviously, this is deeply connected to our current political moment, and we kind of see the reversal in a number of ways of the gains that kind of came out of the George Floyd protest.
But many cities pressed on with their events in spite of the rhetoric around DEI, drawing crowds of people to celebrate an important chapter of history.
The thing that really encourages me, that has been encouraging me over the course of the last number of years as I've been attending the Juneteenth festivities here in Milwaukee and the parades and the festival and all that, is the continued growing diversity that we see around this event. That's not just for diversity's sake. It's because more and more people in our community are starting to understand the importance of this holiday.
Chicago held its annual Freedom Parade, Fort Worth hosted a Walk for Freedom, and Milwaukee invited people to its 54th annual Juneteenth parade.
More and more people are starting to understand the importance of this history. More and more people are starting to understand the harsh treatment, the original sin of this country, of slavery towards black people. And in the trying political times that we have in the United States today, right, it's important for all of us to understand that history.
Despite some cities canceling their planned celebrations for Juneteenth due to President Trump's stance on DEI, it remains a federally declared holiday established by Congress and can't be revoked just by a president.